It's amazing. So you did I got my Coheed and Cambria shirt on here. You worked with Coheed in 2005. Long album titles: Good Apollo and Burning Star. Four, we'll just leave it at that. There's a longer title that continues there.
Yep.
So that was a huge, major breakthrough for them. And we have a question sent here from a fan. This is from Cam Hudson from Montreal. He says, this particular album features two of their most commercially successful singles of all time in Welcome Home and The Suffering. Did you know those two songs would be big hits and would stand the test of time when you were mixing them?
I thought I every project that I work on, when you get to know the material, you believe in it. So I'm always thinking that about projects that I work with, and I think, yeah, The Suffering, I thought that was an amazing song, and Welcome Home too. I thought these could be huge, but you never know whether they really are, and a lot of it's about timing. When you release something, it's either got good timing or bad timing. I mean, when when Silverchair released Diorama, their audience wasn't ready for it, so it wasn't as much of a success. And in the same breath, the label didn't really, I don't think, supported it as much as they could have. I know Daniel got sick and he wasn't able to tour it, but all these things, all this music comes out, and timing is huge in that. Sometimes the world is looking for, the song that you're putting out. Sometimes they're not. So yeah, I always believe in the music that I'm working on. Whether it's released at the right time or whether it becomes successful is down to things that are generally out of my control.
I just listened to the album again in its entirety last night with a good pair of studio headphones. I think you did an amazing job mixing that album. And if we take Welcome Home, for example, the acoustic intro and the band kicking in, the guitar solos, it's like they're panned left and right, and it's like they're two guitars that are dueling. I don't know if it's one guitarist or two guitarists, but they're dueling. And then at the end of the song, where the instruments fade out, but the strings continue, like there's just a lot of, it's not just a great song. I find that some of the mixing actually adds to what makes that song great. What kind of memories do you have when you think back to mixing that song? It must have been a fun one to do with all the cool parts in it.
Absolutely. But I mean, it sort of leans into the way that I think about this kind of music, is that you're taking the listener on a journey. And if you've got these parts, you've got these different moods that you can feature and highlight at different times, you're able to take the listener on a journey, and you're able to have them come along with you, both compositionally and sonically. So that record sort of was very much in the vein of how I like to hear music and how I like to mix music.